Hey Cancer, welcome to the Waterhole Tarot. This is a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising for the full moon on 19th of April 2019. I work with the lunar cycle, so if this message resonates with you, the story could unfold any time around the full moon or during a waning cycle as it goes on to the next new moon. This month is full moon in Libra, so it's a good time to focus on relationships and anything that might be out of balance in your life. And I feel like you're definitely out of balance, very much so. So with this full moon, it's a good opportunity for you to take a look at what's out of balance and use the energy of the Libra moon to bring calm and balance, restore calm and bring balance back into your life, because I feel like there's a whole lot of confusion and chaos around you. Perhaps everything that you had once known, or any type of order or calm or comfort that you had created in your life may have really fallen apart, and there's a whole lot of chaos and turmoil around you, and it's got you very skittish. I mean, Cancerians are generally pretty skittish anyway, side to side in your ways, but this is almost like fear, and it's like who's coming next, what next, sort of fight or flight mode, really. It's got you off guard, it's changed you. Whatever situation has occurred, or whatever situation went down that created this chaos in your life, it's really put you on edge, and you may be in the process of trying to pull it all back in again to gather your resources and find a comfortable place to settle in again. You may be in the process of that, but you're being called to let go of the past, of whatever happened, whatever it was that caused you to be in this situation right now. You need to let go of that. This is good things come of chaos, Phoenix rising from the ashes type of thing, but you need to let that happen, let go of the past, and look at the resources that you have around you and pull it together again, because there's some real chaos and turmoil, I feel, for you right now. So let's have a look what that's all about. Maybe a love situation, maybe a breakup that may have occurred, loss of love that really threw you into some choppy waters, really threw your life into turmoil when this relationship situation transpired. And you've been in chaos ever since. I can't even, that's a harsh word, chaos, but you've been in chaos ever since. But that's coming around now. You're coming into calmer waters. You definitely are. That's coming full circle. So whatever you've been through, is coming full circle and bringing you to a much better place. I feel like your life was really turned on its head, and almost like your passion, your joy of life. Wow, this makes me feel really sad. I've got a lot of heaviness. It's like your passion for life, your joy was drained out of you, has really been drained out of you. You're hardly the same person, I feel. Anything that brought you joy or made you feel abundant and comfortable, that all the riches and abundance of your life, the wealth of your life, whatever you'd grown, and whatever you'd built, you may feel had been taken away from you, and you are very focused on rebuilding that, because that is where cancer is very focused. That's where your focus is. You hardworking, diligent people who really, you guys work hard and really put your money in the right places. I feel like you're very diligent in that way, and that's very important to you, to have that sense of comfort. And that may have been undermined, or there may be a sense of kind of loss, and you're very focused on that right now and rebuilding that, whatever it was that you lost. And there's a prosperous new beginning for you. So regardless of what you might have lost or been sort of upheaved in the recent past, you are on your way straight back to where you started. To you've barely missed a beat. It's been maybe a difficult situation for you, and there's been loss of identity, I feel, real loss of self in this situation, but you've barely missed a beat. You are coming right back around for a prosperous, stable new start. It's that important to you that you've brought this back around for yourself, and redeemed what it is you might have lost. Someone had been taking, there wasn't balance. This has not been a fair situation, whatever it is you've been going through. You've had to give more than you needed to, than you wanted to, and I think you're resentful of that. I think there's a bit of resentment around the fact that that you lost out, that you had to give and didn't receive. There's been no receiving. Anywhere you are now, wherever you are now, you deserve to be. You have worked entirely towards this and for yourself, and you should be really, really proud of yourself for that just continued effort to what's important to you, because this is all on you. You've done this entirely, and no one deserves no one else deserves any praise. You have gathered every resource that you have to turn this back around, whatever situation you've been, to turn around and get yourself good again. Yeah, there's been a lot of taking. There's a taker in your life. There's been someone taking and taking and taking from you, and you're done with that. But you have to let that go. You really do have to let that go. This person who thought they could, come in and take and go and come in again and take and go, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That stops now. And I think that this is really waking you up to that, having let that happen in your life and to you. It's time. You have to be careful you don't fall into victim mentality around this, that poor me, this always happens to me. It's important to recognize how you've let this person or this situation destroy what was important to you. You have to recognize how you let that happen, and it's not going to happen again. This was big enough. This is a very transformative experience for you, whatever you've gone through. There was you were afraid, I think, in the past to take control. I think you didn't take enough control of a situation. You let somebody else control the situation, and that's how you came to lose out. Somebody else come off better than you, and you may have been afraid of taking control, and still, because you don't like to be seen as aggressive, or you don't like to come over the top of anyone. You're very sensitive and loving and giving and kind-hearted, and to be honest, there's not a bad bone in your Cancer body. I love Cancerians. You're not generally an authoritative person, and maybe that is you've been taken advantage of in the past because of that particular way of being. You're afraid to come across too strong or overbearing, and that may be how you came to be taken advantage of, as I said. But you know what? You really coming into a fruitful time, a more fruitful situation than you had. So whatever you might have lost, let that go, forget that, because through this situation you are coming into this beautiful time of abundance and prosperity, and there's so much of it here. There really is so much abundance and prosperity here. This is a beautiful harvest. This is your harvest time. So I feel like you've really put in the hard yards to redeem and bring back anything that you might have lost, anything that might have been lost or broken or thrown into chaos. You have worked very hard, and good on you. I've just, wow, you just have poured yourself back into making this good, and it is coming good for you. You really are going to see the the reward. You're going to really reap the benefits of that dedication, because you're coming into this beautiful, bountiful, prosperous new period of time for yourself, and you're really looking out for yourself this time. You've learned your lesson. You've learned what role you played, what went wrong, and you're not going to let it happen again. Let it go. Let go of any wrongdoing on other person's behalf. That's not going to serve you, because I want you, you're being called to sit back into your bounty, and everything's going to be alright. Everything is really going to be alright after this period of time that you've been through, and you're going to see it and feel it, and be really proud of yourself. You should be. You should be. You are coming back around to the happiness that you so desire and so deserve, and whatever might have been lost, if it was relationship or home or family, whatever situation that you lost out on is coming right back to you. You're going to step right back into that place of happiness, because it's so important to you. And good on you. Good on you, Cancer. You deserve that so much after what you've been through. So that's all I have for you. I really appreciate feedback, especially if this has helped you in any way. So please leave a comment before you click out. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you again, Cancer, on the next new moon next month. Okay, see ya.